How's it going, Talk For Us TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal, taking place at the City Ground on Saturday. So huge game this one for us, huge game. I'm not too sure on all the permutations offhand, but I think if we win, Leeds, Leicester and Everton lose, we can announce survival, which would be an incredible turn of events. Huge game for us. For Arsenal, not so much now, given the fact that they have pretty much bottled the league. Well, there's a lot of debate going on as to whether have Arsenal bottled the league or not. I think yes, purely because of the fact that at one point in the season they had an 8-point gap. And, I'm not denying the fact when people say, oh, well, no one ever expected Arsenal to win the league. Correct. Don't think anyone expected Arsenal to win the league. I don't think anybody looked at Arsenal and even really thought they could get top four. I mean, I think a few people probably did, and there was a not a majority. There was a healthy minority that maybe thought Arsenal could get top four. But if you just said to any Arsenal fan, other than probably Ty, do you think Arsenal will win the league this season? And they're all saying no. Do you think Arsenal could go on a title charge this season? They're all saying no. But they did. They did go on a title charge, and they didn't get there. And whether that's a bottle or not, it is irrelevant really, because they're not going to win the league now. I would say it is a bottle, purely based on the fact they were like 8 points clear at one point, and really it was all in their hands. So if it's not a bottle, then they've let it slip. But then you could have said last season, if Forest didn't get in the playoffs, you could have been like, oh, well, that's a bottle, you bottled the playoffs. Yet we were bottom after 8 games and whatnot. So, it is what it is, really. But in terms of this one then, I mean, with Arsenal being on the back of a 3-0 drubbing by Brighton, it could go one of two ways, I feel. They could either feel really sorry for themselves, and kind of feel down in the dumps and think, we've completely lost it now, and then we go out there and we beat them. Or they think, you know what, we're just going to try and show what we're capable of doing and give it an absolute slapping. I think being at home under the lights at the City Ground, well, it wouldn't really be under the lights as such, because it is a tea time game, but obviously with the sun and stuff staying up for longer now, it's not going to be really under the lights. Maybe towards the end, probably not. But it's a big game, regardless of the fact of what time of day it is. Under the lights of Sky Sports, under the Sky Sports camera. We've had mixed success on Sky Sports. We've, lost to Arsenal. Yes, we did lose to Arsenal on Sky. Lost to Tottenham, United, but then we beat the likes of Southampton. Sorry about that. Southampton, Leeds, so a couple of draws chucked in there, Chelsea and Everton. So it's one of them ones where some things point towards, some things maybe don't. I think being at home and having the Forest crowd behind them will be massive, especially after the point we picked up last weekend against Chelsea, a point where, going into the season, anything you could get at Stamford Bridge you'll take. Based on how how Chelsea's season's panned out, you probably look at it and think, what, a point is probably expected to a point, really. So, yeah, I think that would have given us a bit of confidence going to this one. Keeping the points tally ticking. And there'll be belief in that squad. You look at sort of the Leeds game at Ellen Road. After that game, fans, myself, massively, I didn't see us, staying up with a chance. I thought we could maybe get a draw against Palace on the final day and a win against Southampton. I didn't see us getting any more than that. Maybe the players might have felt the same, I don't know. Cooper probably not, because Steve Cooper's got an incredible mentality, an incredible way of thinking. But, it came to that game, we lost it, and I was thinking, we're doomed. I was thinking we're doomed, but now since then we've beaten Brighton, we've beaten Southampton, got a draw against Chelsea. So I thought we'd get 4 points. We've already got 7. So that's been fantastic, and we can stay up without even picking up an extra point this season. If Leeds kind of lose their next 2 or pick up a point out of the next 2, same with Everton and Leicester, we're fine. We can stay up without picking up a single point, but we need to get those points to confirm it, I think. And Arsenal at home, I never thought we'd be in a position where Arsenal came to the City Ground and we would be the team with something to play for, and they wouldn't be. So it's it's a big game. A big game. I could see us getting something, I just feel it. We're on such a high momentum at the minute. We're riding the crest of a wave in terms of home form. Away form, it would have been amazing should we have beaten Brentford or even got something more against Chelsea, we could have been even in a much better position. But it's a feel-good position at the City Ground at the moment. We're currently sat 16th in the Premier League, 3 points clear of the drop with 6 to play for. We're in a really great position, and I'd rather be in our position than in the position of any other team that can go down still. Actually, I think West Ham can still go down. I would like to be in their position rather than ours. But out of the teams realistic to go down, I'd rather be in our position than any others. And I don't know. I do feel confident. Weirdly, I know it's Arsenal and they've been exceptional this season, but they've been really poor of late. They've really struggled. They drew with Southampton. They lost to Everton earlier in the season. They lost handedly to Brighton. So I'm feeling we could cause an upset. I was watching, before recording this video, the highlights of the 2 FA Cup wins we got at the City Ground over Arsenal. We love a game against Arsenal at home. Obviously, the last 2 games has been 1-0, the most recent one, grab and get on the score sheet. Before that was a 4-2. A brace from Lehigh, and then Brereton and Dowell penalties. Cancelling out, who was it? It was Mertesacker and Welbeck, maybe. But we love a game against Arsenal here at the City Ground. Hopefully we can bring that magic out from somewhere, and a win could even see us stop Arsenal from being able to win the league. It's very unlikely they will now. I think they've thrown it away, and it's Man City's easily now. That Man City side, to touch on them very briefly, how we drew against them when they're playing the way they are, it's incredible. But that just shows what the City Ground can do. The fans at the City Ground are, in my opinion, I'm being biased, but I don't care, the best fans in the league. The best ground in the league in terms of atmosphere. You hear the atmosphere against Brighton, you hear the atmosphere against Southampton. Just a real cauldron of noise. More time before kickoff. When the music drops and it's just the fans, it's incredible. We're making an absolute noise, and we are a real 12th, even 13th man in some occasions. I was watching back also the semi-final second leg highlights against Sheffield United, and the fans there, I know I've alluded to it in another video, but the fans then that night, Cooper said it was such a credit that we were 2-1 down and we were louder than we'd ever been. And we need to be as loud as we have been all season at home on Saturday. That could really cause a big swing for us. I think Arsenal, if we're on them, if we get on top of them, I think they're not up for it. I think their heads are down. I think they're thinking, we could have won the league today. We could have crowned ourselves as champions, but things haven't gone to plan, and we're not going to do that now. It's out of our hands. Maybe they're licking their wounds a little bit after the Brighton game, and we can just get on them. We need to get on them, hit them hard from early. We need Yates getting in the ear of Xhaka, getting in the ear of Partey if Partey is fit to play. Winding up the likes of Xhaka, because Xhaka, we know, is partial to a red card. So if we get Yates in his ear, or we get sort of just someone rabbiting on and getting in their ears, causing them to react. It could be what we need to do, and we're in a position where we take every advantage we can get. I wouldn't normally encourage that sort of thing. It's not necessarily the most sportsman thing to do, but I think we've got to do it. I really do, and it's really important that we take every advantage we can get. And in their current state, we need to make as much of it as we can. I feel like we can do it. Even maybe just pick up a point. A point will be huge also. But I don't know why, but I'm feeling really confident. I feel we can pull up some trees, make out a shock result again against Arsenal. I'm feeling it. I really am. In terms of the lineup, then I'll go for it quickly. I'll go very much unchanged as far as I can, if possible. Navas, Aurier, Felipe, Worrell, Niakate, Lodi, Danilo, Mangala, Aurier, Johnson, and Gibbs-White. I think not Aurier, Awoniyi. Awoniyi's been exceptional recently, and I'd love to see him get another goal and make it. What would that be if he scores again? 5 in 3, maybe 6 in 3 if he gets another brace. Who knows? But I'm feeling confident. I'm going to go Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0. I just feel if we get on top of them and we impose ourselves, we can really get on top of them and cause them to make mistakes. And they're not going to. If we're coming out the traps hard, the fans are making an absolute fortress. The players are flying into tackles and pressing high from the off. They could really just cower and think, what's the point of even trying here, because we've got nothing to play for. Top 4 secure, second place is probably secure. And they might just freeze. Maybe I'm being a bit too optimistic. We could just get absolutely played off the park, and Arsenal could just show exactly what they can do. Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli. Actually, no, Martinelli's out. Odegaard, Saka, Xhaka could run rings around us, but I'm hoping that we can do something here. We can really get into them and cause it to be an amazing day for the city and for the club. Obviously, the club event is going to be a lap of appreciation at the end of the game. So I'm hoping that can take place and fans on the pitch celebrating the fact that we are up, are staying up. I mean, obviously, I want us to stay up. I want fans to be celebrating, but not on the pitch, really, if possible. But whatever happens. If we stay up, then I'll be absolutely elated. I'd love for us to stay up so much. But, yeah. That's all I've got to really say about this one. I'm really, really excited for it, and I really feel it's a massive opportunity for us to go out there and say, look, we're going to stay in this division. We are here to take part next season. No, actually, no, not take part. We're here to show what we're really about next season, and it's going to be a much improved Nottingham Forest side, and hopefully on Saturday we can put a massive, massive step in the direction of being a Premier League club again next season. So, yeah, don't forget to like the video if you haven't enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are new around here. Comment down below what you thought, what you think is going to happen in the game and all that good stuff. Your starting 11 predictions, and that would be amazing. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Like I said, if you enjoyed, smash the like button. Subscribe if you are new, and come on, you Reds. Let's almost, if not definitely, announce survival. Come on.